Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the structure of the inner ear. So when we are talking about the ear has three main regions, that is the outer ear, middle ear and the inner ear, right? And talking about the inner ear, as you can see, the inner ear is made from channels and networks. You can see I have drawn in green and the white regions. All these are channels and networks. And this inner ear is found in the temporal bone. So the white region is actually the bony labyrinth. The reason why we call this the bony labyrinth is it is the part made out of the bones, right? And the green region that I have colored is the membranous labyrinth, and it is actually filled with membranes. You call it fluid-filled membranes, and the term that we give to describe that is the membranous labyrinth, right? So first of all, I should say in the inner ear also there are three main regions. There are three main regions in the inner ear. What are those regions? The first region is the semicircular canals, as you can see, right? And you can see an expanded part over here with two sacs. That is the vestibule, right? This part is called the vestibule. And also here you can see a coiled structure. We call it the cochlea, right? Or the cochlea, right? So basically, these three main regions play a major role in the functions of the inner ear. So let's see what this vestibule is. As I've told you, this vestibule is actually the expanded part of the inner ear, and it is closer to the middle ear, right? It is closer to the middle ear. And you can see there are two sacs in the vestibule. This sac is called the utricle and this sac is called the saccule. As you can see, all of them are lined with the membranous labyrinth, filled with the membranous labyrinth. In the membranous labyrinth, there is a fluid called the endolymph. And in the white region, as I've said, it is called the bony labyrinth. It is filled with the fluid called perilymph, right? All right, so what is the function of utricule and saccule? The function is to perceive position with respect to gravity or linear movements, right? Then let's talk about the semicircular canals. As you can see, there are three tubes. See, this is one tube, this is another tube, and this is another tube. So there are three tubes and they are arranged perpendicular to one another. That means at 90-degree angle, right? And also they occupy each of the three planes of space, right? Okay, let's move on to the cochlea. As I've said, cochlea is the coiled structure and it consists of three compartments. So the ear also consists of three regions. The inner ear also consists of three regions, and the cochlea also consists of three regions. What are the three regions in the cochlea? The upper part over here, it's called the upper part is called the upper vestibular canal, right? Upper vestibular canal. The middle part is called the cochlear duct, right? And the lower part is called the tympanic canal. So these are the three canals in the cochlear region, right? So basically, the flow of the cochlear duct, as you can see, this cochlear duct, the flow, that means the base surface of the cochlear duct is called as the basilar membrane. In this basilar membrane, there is a special structure called the organ of Corti, Now, this organ of Corti is the structure which is responsible for auditory reception. So the semicircular canals will be used for equilibrium. The vestibule is also used to help with equilibrium, but if we are going to be specific, it helps to perceive position with respect to gravity or linear movements. And the cochlear actually helps in auditory reception. And there are nerves, you can see the auditory nerves, which carry the nerve impulses from the inner ear to the brain. So that's it about the structure of the inner ear. This was a brief explanation. I hope you all understood.